Okay. All right. So once again, would like to welcome Elmitris Snelligan. Elmitris has been a member of Oak Park Toastmasters, I believe, for 3+ years. Is that correct, Elmitris? Wonderful. Her speech tonight is Planning and Implementation Project on Level 3 on her Pathway Leadership and Development. Her speech is titled Bon Appetit. Thank you. Let's please welcome Elmitris. Well, Elmitris, you're mute.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited about tonight, and thank you all for being present. And I just need to ask one small favor before I start my speech. When I say bon appetit, I want you to say thank you. Okay, so we're going to do a little dry run right now. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll get started. Okay, so tonight I'm going to talk about a project that I did. I started this project back in March of 2021, and I actually created or started this project to update my kitchen. And the kitchen for my family and me is extremely important. It's like the hub of my house. Everything that we do is centered around the kitchen. My background, my family I grew up on the west side of Chicago. My parents owned a restaurant, and I have so many fun memories centered around food. My mom and dad were entrepreneurs. So food for my family was extremely important. It was a business, and we just love cooking and sharing good food. And we still keep that tradition up today at our family home. Also, as I was planning and preparing for this speech, I wanted to pay tribute to my husband. And many of you all know I just recently lost my husband in January of 2020. And one of the last things that he wanted to do was to send my daughter and I to Paris, August of 2020, which is where the Toastmasters convention was going to be held. So we were going to kill two birds with one stone. We were going to go to the conference, and we were going to have a family vacation. So part of this planning and implementing this project was to pay tribute to my late husband. So in the background, thanks to my mentor, Alice Ann Crump, she helped me create this beautiful backdrop that you see in my house. And this collage is actually pictures that are in my kitchen now. So I have a picture of Paris, I have the Bon Appetit sign, and I have the picture of the wine. So I wanted to have these things in my home to pay tribute to my parents and my late husband. As I started out on this project, I focused on 4 things. The first thing that I decided was, how much is this going to cost me? What is the budget? The budget and updating my kitchen was the driving force. It could be as low as 500, or it could go as high as 100,000. So I had to decide, okay, how much am I going to spend on this project? Once I got the budget narrowed down, then I decided, okay, Elmitris, you better negotiate everything. When dealing with money in the kitchen, remember, everything is negotiable. Once I negotiated the price that I was going to spend, then I decided on the resources. Who's going to do the work? So I identified all my resources, including stores that included Menards, Home Depot, Dreamline Manufacturing, company that actually made my cabinets. Then I had to decide on dependable contractors, and I narrowed it down to 2. And choosing these contractors came by word of mouth, because I had some family members who had recently had their kitchens done. So that was a no-brainer. I saw the work. They did an excellent job. So that made it really easy for me. Shopping at Menards, I really loved it, because you never realize how much money you're spending until you start getting those rebates. I love the 11% rebate. I saved so much money from shopping at Menards. I was able to actually buy some much needed things like my faucet, the knobs on my cabinets from those rebate coupons from Menards. And also I did a lot of comparative shopping from Home Depot to Menards, things like that. So it was really, really important to identify dependable contractors, price shop, and make sure you have a dependable handyman who could kind of go between the different contractors to make sure things are cleaned up and, you know, just odd things that they did not do. And finally, in regards to my resources, I had to make sure that my family was on board with this project because we literally could not cook in the kitchen for an entire month. So that was very, very difficult, but it was really, really worth it at the end. The third thing that I had to really keep in mind as I was planning and implementing this project were the deliverables. Working with Dreamline Cabinet Manufacturing Company was really, really a pleasant experience. They had excellent customer service. Once I gave them the dimensions, they came out, measured my kitchen, compared it with what the contractor had given them, and then they shared with me a digital layout of what my kitchen would actually look like, which was really, really cool. And I was excited. I was like, okay, we could keep the ball rolling. And the final item that I had to consider was the milestones, the appliances. I had to get all new appliances. Once they were delivered, I had to have the old ones moved to different parts of the house. I had the old refrigerator put in the basement. The old stove went upstairs. The old dishwasher went to the alley. So that was a major milestone for me. And in closing, one of the things that I really want to advise people who may be interested in undertaking a similar project is to make sure you get everything in writing. Make sure your contracts include start date, end dates. Make sure the price is there and how the money is going to be distributed over the project, when it's going to be completed, final payment. And last but not least, one of the things that I did not think about until I was literally in court was how would the debris, the old cabinets would be discarded. Some of the other contractors that I was working with prior and some neighbors had work going on at the same time that I had work going on. And I was cited by the city of Chicago for putting dirbis and debris in the waste, in the garbage cans. So I had to literally go to court, and luckily it was resolved. I didn't have to pay a huge fine or anything, but that was something that should have been clearly detailed in the contract, how that was going to be dealt with. But in the end, I have my beautiful kitchen. I'm extremely pleased. We were able to gather this past holiday with my family and friends, and we had a beautiful time. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful, Amitris. So I have a question for you. Two questions. Did it take longer than you thought? And doing this project, would you be open to other projects in your house? Or are you more of that, if I get another house, I would get a house that's totally done because I don't want to deal with the headaches of it?
It did take longer than I had anticipated because I had to get other professionals involved. Like I thought the contractor that I hired would be able to install my dishwasher. I had to end up calling Refrigeraire. So that, I had to wait like 3 weeks before they could come out and connect my dishwasher. And my kitchen was just part of the work that I did. This was the smallest part. I literally had a whole home makeover. So I got the outside done. I got a lot of work. I got a new bathroom. So it was a lot of work. So I enjoyed it, and I would definitely do it again. And I'm not done. I'm still working. So that was just part of one of the many projects that I'm currently working on.
Good for you. Maybe a side project, you'll be a flipper, right?
I don't know about, I'm retired.
Yes. Oh, well, congratulations. That was a wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, if everyone, we're going to give Marisol a couple minutes. If you wouldn't mind sending a little bit of feedback to Almetris on things that you really loved about her speech, you can send it directly to Almetris. We will give Marisol just a couple minutes. So we'll take just a few minutes for you to do that. Please send it to Almetris.
If I may, I think I'm going to have to practice a little bit with this chat room to figure out how exactly it works. So I'll get up to speed on this by the next meeting.
That's okay, Peter. Was there, do you see the chat on the bottom of the?
I do. I have it open and I have
Okay.
see a bunch of names. On the
Okay.
right.
If you go to the right, there's a kind of, it says 2. And then there's a bar that you can click on that's blue with a drop down.
Let's see.
If not, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll
Okay.
get my kids to show me how to do this.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Do we need, Marisol, did you need a minute or two, or are you good? You're good? Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for sending some feedback to Almetris. And now I will just ask Martha to quickly recap how much time Marisol has for her evaluation.
Sure. So Marisol has 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll show her green at 2 and yellow at 2.5 and red at 3. And then she needs to wrap up in 30 seconds after that if she goes that long.
Thank you very much. And with that, I would like to welcome Marisol to the virtual lectern. Marisol.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And especially Almetris. My goodness, I always look forward to hearing your speech because you always come with so much enthusiasm. And I feel like you're speaking to me, and I probably, if I were to ask everyone else, they would probably agree with me on that you have wonderful eye contact and just overall great enthusiasm. So thank you for bringing that energy into this speech, just like you do all of your other speeches. I love that you started with involving the audience and asking us to repeat thank you after you said bon appetit. And I love that you further went and explained why it is that you decided to talk about this topic, that the kitchen is such an important place, and especially eating is such an important part of your family, with your parents being entrepreneurs and the wishes that your husband had for you, and just a wonderful way of honoring them all into this project. Your speech was very organized. I love that you went through each of the tips and you further explained what each of those tips were going to explain or how they went into this project. With your resources, there was even some humor involved with just, I saw lots of smiles in the audience and you had us all engaged in that way. I love that you had your mentor provide or help you with that background. And I love your background. So thank you for explaining the pictures and just how meaningful they are. And I'm sure your kitchen is just lovely and beautiful just based on seeing those pictures that you have there. You had great vocal variety, great eye contact. As I said, I love that you are looking at all of us. Great gesturing, you know, you were moving your hands and your head when it was fit with the speech. And I love that at the end, you even gave tips to, if we were to go through a project like this in our own home, how we can come up with things that maybe we wouldn't think of otherwise. Especially since you had undergone a kind of snafu yourself. And I'm glad that you did not have any fines, by the way. I actually had written a couple of questions in anticipation to see if this was something that you were going to cover. I had written, is there anything that didn't quite work out as expected? And yes, you did answer that. And then I also had wondered, what did your kitchen look like before? I would have loved to have seen the before and after pictures, but I love that you shared a bit of a teaser with your background. I would say, I just would love that your presence was very calm and energetic when it needed to be. And I think that, you know, coming into the screen a little bit more, just so that we can see your face whenever you're coming into the screen and just sharing that passion. And I love that the lighting, I can see you and I can see your background well. So overall, I have a lot of positive things to say. And I hope that you're also getting some tips from others, because it's hard for me to find anything wrong with your speech. You did a wonderful job, Almitris. Thank you.
Can I say something? So I'm really struggling with technology. I want to do more, and I wish that I could share more pictures. So I don't know how to share as much as I want. And I really depended so much on my mentor to help me with this backdrop. So I literally went back in my phone and I found pictures of my kitchen doing the actual renovation when it was just a raw space. And I just kind of kept a blog of the progression. So once I get it a little bit more organized, I'll be more than happy to share pictures. You all just tell me the vehicle in which is best to share them. So I would love to share pictures because Martha had indicated that she would love to see the finished project. And I have pictures that I downloaded intentionally. So if I tried to do it before the meeting, so I was like, oh, I'm going to try to have these pictures on hand in case they want to see what it looks like. And I was unsuccessful. And I apologize for not posting the information that I needed to on the agenda because I was so busy trying to do the technology part to, you know, prepare for you guys. So please forgive me. Thank you so much. And I feel also like I'm my worst critic. I just feel like it's so much more that I could have done, but then I had to keep reminding myself, it's only 5 minutes. So 7 minutes max. So I just had to keep pulling myself back from doing more because I didn't want to do too much. So thank you all so very much.
Thank you, Marisol, for that wonderful evaluation. And Almitris, I think you did an amazing job. I love the background. I think you did a wonderful job with the organization. It was very easy to follow. And one thing I admire so much about you is your presence is so confident, and your style is so conversational. So it feels like you're talking to a very natural speaker, and that this is just something you're meant to do. And I always look forward to hearing your speeches. So thank you so much. Okay, next up is one of our favorite parts of our speech or favorite parts of our meeting. It's table topics. And tonight, our Mr. Table Topics Master is our VP of Education, Juan Tran. Juan, would you like to come up to our virtual lectern?
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening. Tonight, based on the theme of 'Tis the Season, I've chosen 10 questions. And I would like for everyone to think about a number from 1 to 10 that they would like to try. And then when I call on you, you would give me that number and I will ask you the question. And then you have 1 to 2 minutes to answer the question. Doesn't that sound fun? Yes? Come on. Let me see it. Everybody get involved. Everybody, and I mean everyone, guests included. Okay? Ready to go? All right. So 'tis the season. What excites you about this time of year? Let me see who is my first victim. I mean, my first volunteer. Tamika. Tamaka, you ready for this?
Yes.
All right. That's the spirit. I love it. Okay. Pick a number from 1 to 10.
Number 3.
Number 3. Good choice. Very good choice. Number 3. If you had unlimited money, what would be your holiday gift?
Darn. So many options to choose from. So I've been dying to travel to Africa. So maybe in an all expense paid trip for my immediate family to travel to Africa for 2 weeks and to do some sort of safari adventure while we are there, and to do some type of cultural experience on the continent.
All right. That's a fantastic use of unlimited money. 2 weeks. Go ahead, Chaffee.
I was just going to say, I did not introduce Martha to go over the timing rules.
Okay, go ahead, Chuck.
Sorry about that.
Sure, so I can review that. So the table topics are 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I will show green, and at 1.5 minutes, I'll show yellow, and at 2 minutes, I'll show red. And again, as long as you do it 30 seconds, you qualify, and then if you go to 2.5 minutes, that's fine, but over 2.5 minutes, you're out of the time frame.
Thank you very
I
much.
apologize, I might have been under.
Actually, you weren't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All good, Tamika. And that was a fantastic impromptu speech. By the way, I did not hear any crush word, and I'll wait to have Bev's report on this. But that was fantastic. You spoke clearly, you spoke eloquently. You also went through the theme and answered the prompt very well. So good job for being here your first time. All right. Who's the next? Oh, looks like Almitris is ready to go. Are you ready to go, Almitris? I know you've already spoken, but why not, right?
Sure.
All
Okay,
right.
I would say number 6.
Number 6. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Good choice. Tell us about a holiday tradition that you and your family have enjoyed since you were a kid.
Oh, wow, that's easy. Making sweet potato pie with my mom. And whenever we made sweet potato pie, we had to put our hands in it. So, you know, when we cook, we have to make sure we had no fingernail polish on, no jewelry, and we'll have a big old bowl and she'll boil the sweet potatoes. And then she say, okay, I got everything in the potatoes. It's time to put our hands in the food. So that was something that I always did with my mom. And when my mom died 22 years ago, the first time I made sweet potato pie again, I cried because it was something that I always did with my mother. And we have kept that tradition going. So now for family gatherings and family dinner, especially around the holiday time when we make sweet potato pie, I make it with my daughter. So now she's making sweet potato pie with me. It's something that I did with my mom. And so we love to cook, and that's one of the traditions that we do. Thank you.
Oh, that's a fantastic tradition. I love it. And it has meaning for you since it reminds you of your mom. I bet that's fun when you stick those hands in the mashed sweet potatoes. I wish I were there. Thank you. All right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who's the next Does anyone want to volunteer, by the way? If you want to volunteer, I won't have to pick on some unsuspecting.
I'll go.
Brian, yes. All right. Good on you. Come on, what number? Go for it.
5.
5?
Mhm.
Did I hear that right? Okay, 5. All right. Another good choice. In your opinion, how long should the holidays last?
What, Christmas?
Any holiday that you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. Should it last a month, 2 months?
I say a month is right. The month of December, it gives the winter vibe, Christmas vibe. Bring all the family and stuff together. Um, yeah, a month. That's pretty good. And then you got New Year's following right after, so you keep your spirits and stuff very high. Pretty good energy throughout the whole month. So why not a month? Yeah, that's my answer.
All right, a month. Fantastic. Just a couple more weeks more than the 12 days of Christmas, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can go for that. A month worth of celebrating being with family. And I wish it could be more, but a month sounds like a good time. All right. Thank you, Brian. Any more volunteer? I'm gonna have to start picking.
Yes, I go one.
Okay, Jamal, go. What number would you like?
I'll go with 7.
7. Okay, lucky number 7, my favorite number. All right. What is the New Year's resolution that you make every year?
The New Year's resolution that I make every year is to be better than the year before. To do something that will better and any aspect of my life, like as far as work, physically, emotionally, mentally, relationship wise, um, in any aspect, just to become better than the year before. So I try to evaluate and look at what I've done the year prior, and just try to better that in any way I can.
All right. Thank you very much, Jamal. Can't ask for a better New Year's resolution than to try and better yourself. We are all learners here, right? We should always be striving to move forward. Uh, we look backward. We back on history to learn from our history and our past, but we should always strive to move forward. Lovely New Year's resolution. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next? Dominique, would you like to try?
Oh, sure, it's Peter. Sure, but I'll try.
Oh, I'm
Sure.
sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
Peter, that's right. I remember your name when you introduced yourself.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
I gotta
particularly
fix.
like I particularly like the fact that you're an attorney. I'm
Another
one
thing,
too.
yeah, another things. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Another one of the things my kids can show me how to fix.
All right, Peter, thank you very much for volunteering. What number would you like?
How about number 9?
Number 9, Beatles fan. All right. What is your favorite holiday dessert?
Oh my, boy. I don't know if I have a favorite holiday dessert because I've usually we have a nice meal and I always feel so full and satisfied and ready to go. And so I usually sort of hold off on the desserts. But the kids have always been big fans, so we usually make an apple pie. My wife makes great pies, pumpkin pies, apple pies, cherry pies. Always doesn't hurt to have a little bit of ice cream along with that, or whipped cream or something like that. But generally, I guess at my age, I gotta watch it a little bit, so I kind of hold off and hold back a little bit as best I can. Um, um, but if I had to pick a favorite, I would have to say a slice of apple pie.
All right. Well, thank you very much,
Sure.
Peter.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with apple pie.
Right. Right.
I suppose you like baseball too.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, my wife has recently gotten into baking pies, and she bought this book. It's the uh, gosh, I can't remember what it is. The 4 and 20 something or another pie from a bakery in New York City. It's supposed to be fantastic, and I can attest the end products are fantastic. So
Oh,
I
can I,
love
if I
pies
can
myself.
if I can have a shout out, there's one place in Oak Park that has a great pies, the Happy Apple. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's a wonderful place there that
Yeah,
produces
I have
them.
to
Yeah,
try that. I've
yeah,
never been there,
yeah.
but all
Great
right.
place.
Well, thank you very much.
Hmm.
Thank you. All right. Can I have another volunteer? It's all fun and games until somebody gets picked. All right, Bev, would you like to go?
Okay.
What
I
number
will
would you like?
I will take number 1.
Number 1. Okay. Bev, you always pick the perfect ones. All right, here's the prompt, Bev. You are jealous of Santa Claus because
He gets to travel everywhere around the world. And he gets to fly in the air with the reindeer. And he gets to have some fun desserts from every home that he visits. And to deliver toys makes me feel that Santa Claus is a giver, which you all know that's part of me as being a giver. So Santa Claus loves to give toys. And I think that Santa Claus is very charitable. And that is why I am jealous of Santa Claus, because I want to fly on with the reindeer so I can deliver my charitable gifts to everyone, including you all.
wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, Santa Claus has lots of reason for us to be jealous of. I can just see it now. Bev, the red-nosed reindeer. All right. All right. I think we've got about another minute, maybe a couple of minutes. One last chance for volunteers. Casey, it looks like you wanted to say something here. I can sense it. I can sense it. You want to
Oh.
go, Casey?
Okay, okay.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
I had to tune out for a few minutes, but is there any number that has not been picked yet?
You know what? I'm easy. You can pick any number, even the ones that
All
have
right.
already gone. So,
All
any
right. I
number.
choose 8.
8. That hasn't been chosen yet. But hey, this one's easy. Chose correctly. Chose great. What do you want for Christmas?
Ooh. Well, what I want for Christmas is well, I'm going to be having a belated birthday party in my parents' house in Massachusetts. I'll be visiting there in a few weeks. And at this party, I'm going to be having a Sound of Music sing along where I will be I'll be showing the Sound of Music movie in my parents' party barn with the Christmas tree all lit up in the background. And I'm inviting a bunch of my friends in Massachusetts, which is where I grew up, and including one of my best friends who just had a baby a month ago. And my all I want for Christmas is to have as many as my friends as possible there. Because I think it'll be really fun to see everybody and to sing along to The Sound of Music, which is my favorite movie.
All right. That's a lovely wish for Christmas, Casey. I can see it now. The hills of Massachusetts are alive with the sound of music. Yes, yes. All right. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, that's fantastic. I think my time is up. So I'm going to call on the timer for the timing results.
Okay, yeah, everybody qualified. Actually, it looks like nobody went over 1 minute, but everybody did at least 30 seconds. So I don't think I ever had to hold up the green, but everybody qualified.
All right. Well, fantastic. You know what this means? We get to vote on the best table topic speaker tonight. But before we do that, I would like to summarize for you all what everyone's topic was and how they did. Tamaka had number 3, which was if you had unlimited money, what would be your holiday gift? And unselfishly, Tamaka said she would like to provide an all expense paid trip to Africa for her entire immediate family. They will go on a safari, uh, learn some experience some cultural experiences, and that's what Tamika answered for number 3, unlimited money. Almitris chose number 6, which is a holiday tradition that is her favorite, which is making sweet potato pie. And the most favorite part is to put your hands in the not pie, sweet mashed potatoes. Put your hands in the mashed potatoes. It reminds her of her mother who passed away 22 years ago. All right. Brian chose number 5, the length of the Christmas holiday. He wished it were longer than 12 days. And as a matter of fact, he wishes it were a month long. Jamal picked number 7. His New Year's resolution every year is to better himself, both spiritually, physically, mentally, in always striving to improve himself. Peter chose number 9, and typically he is full and satisfied after the holiday meals. But if he had to pick a favorite dessert, it would be apple pie. And he suggested the was it Happy Pie place or the Happy Apple Pie?
Happy Apple. Yeah.
Happy Apple,
Yeah.
a pie place in Oak Park. Thank you, Peter, for that. Bev is so jealous of Santa Claus, her nose is turning red. All right. And Casey is full of the sound of music. She wishes to have a belated birthday party, sing along in Massachusetts. With that, I would like for everyone to send me your vote of who you thought was the best table topic speaker tonight. I will wait. You can only vote for one person, Bev. Okay. Looks like we have a winner. It's hard to choose, though, isn't it? I know, Maricel. Hard to choose just one person. Okay. All right, we have a winner. Oh, by the way, has everyone had a chance to vote? Does anybody need more time? Nope. Okay. Our table topic winners for this evening is Casey. Fantastic speech, spoken right from the heart. And who can resist the sound of music? All right. Congratulations, Casey. With that, I would like to turn the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Chaffee Benson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topics Master. That was wonderful, Juan. I appreciate your steadfast dedication to try to get volunteers. Thank you. That is a lot of fun. Appreciate that. With that, we would like to pass it over to our Madam Grammarian for our report tonight and how we did.
Why, thank you, Madam President. I will give you all my steadfast remarks on everyone's grammarian for this evening. Overall, everyone is very, very comfortable using the word so. S-O is a very comfortable word for most of us who spoke. For Almetris, you did well. I loved your speech. I was on a journey from beginning to end with your speech. Your word that hurts you is the word so. But overall, you did phenomenal. Great, great, great. With Chaffee, one time. Juan, one time. Tamika, one time. And with Peter, you did a couple, Martha a couple times, and Brian one time. Overall, everyone did great. There were some ums and ahs, but not as many. I did notice you all did speak quite quickly, and I really commend you for that because you were able to give your answers to table topics where you did not use many crutch words, and I just enjoyed hearing everyone's responses to the questions. Table topics was very exciting. Maricel, you did absolutely great as well. There were probably just one so, just about everybody, and even myself, I did one so because I did actually listen for myself, and I did use so one time. And again, that's the word that we pretty much lean on the most, is the word so. Overall, everyone, you did a great job. And Chaffee used steadfast. I used steadfast. I just remembered that I needed to use it. I was going to use it when I answered Juan, but I was so jealous of Santa Claus, I couldn't get it out. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Grammarian. This is a great reminder also for our guests. One of the things we'd like to follow up on is our grammarian reports to just make us aware of those crutch words that we often use. I personally find it really hard, but it's made me more aware when I'm talking to people, and just a reminder, it's certainly difficult to stop doing, but Juan has always provided a wonderful recommendation to kind of stop and pause and think about it. That in itself is also an exercise, but it's something to work on. So thank you very much for that, Madam Grammarian. We do not have a general evaluator tonight, but I thought this would be a great opportunity for everyone if they wanted to hop in, especially our guests, if you want to provide some feedback on your thoughts in the meeting, if it's something that, oh, go ahead, Juan.
Thank you, Chaffee. I just wanted to take a moment to recognize the volunteers who took on roles for this evening. the meeting would not have been able to go forward without everyone. And I love it when you are the Toastmaster, Chaffee, because you explain the segments, you explain the roles very well. You also keep the meeting moving forward quite smoothly. And I love the fact that you're always available to take on at least one role or maybe more than one role. So I appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
With that, I would like to encourage our members to go ahead and sign up for a role for the next meeting, particularly a speech. That would be fantastic. So the agenda is available on our website. Just go ahead and go there this evening right after the meeting and sign up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Juan, for that. Juan did make a great point. We are going to try to make a concerted effort to sign up for roles beforehand. Juan, as the VP of Education, is always searching for people to take on some of these roles. And the benefit of these roles, so we have the prepared speeches, we have impromptu speeches, and the benefit of these roles during the meeting, it's an opportunity for you to also practice more impromptu speaking. We will have Juan will provide a prepared speech at our next meeting, which will be in 2 weeks. We will also have the honor of having our area director, who's going to provide an evaluation for him and also break down some tips and tricks and how she goes about providing evaluations. She was the winner of our area for evaluation. So if you do get a chance, I think it'd be a wonderful meeting to check out in the next 2 weeks, if you can make it. And with that, I would love to get some feedback from our guests. Were there things that, if you wouldn't mind unmuting yourself, telling us what you liked about the meeting or some things you feel like we could maybe improve on? We're always welcome to feedback.
Well, I would just like to say it's been an honor to meet all of you, and I guess it's just the first time through, but it seems like interesting work, and I can see how you all benefit from the practice that you obviously get each time you meet. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this develops, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Peter. Yes, we have been doing Zoom for about a year. We are hoping come the new year that we'll be able to do more of a hybrid model. We used to meet at Oak Park Library to do it in person. So that's something that we were going to think about doing in maybe the next month, depending how things go. If you do have any additional questions, I will just put my email in the chat box for any of our guests if you want to chat about Toastmasters anymore, or any questions you might have. Do we have any other guests that would like to give us a little feedback, something they liked, something they didn't? Will they be back? Wonderful. Alejandra?
Yes, I wanted to thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this session. I enjoyed it, and now I'm going to start listening to myself and the crutch words that I use, and I do see myself returning and to continue to practice my just verbal communication. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for your feedback. Anyone else?
Hey, I don't have any critiques, but I just wanted to thank you for letting me tune in for this meeting. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for coming. We hope to see you back. All right. So just a reminder, our next meeting will be on the 16th of December. Normally we meet on the 2nd and 4th month, but in December, because of how the holidays fall, we're doing the 1st and the 3rd. If you are interested, feel free to reach out. We could send over the Zoom link, and please reach out if you have any questions. I'm happy to jump on Zoom call, chat anything about Toastmasters if you like. If not, I hope you have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I hope to see you back at our next meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Casey.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
I think
Okay.
we can stop the recording now, right?
Yes.